If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If being wrong means being without you. Perez would rather live a wrongdoing life, because if Perez is smart enough, Perez should go back to 2018-2019 season and look at what transpired between Christian Horner, Jos Verstappen, Max Verstappen, and Daniel Ricciardo. This is the same trend that took Daniel Ricciardo out, and Perez is in his last year of contract. I've been saying this for quite some time, and it sounds as if maybe I don't like Red Bull. Red Bull is the biggest team in F1. I can tell you that. Not Mercedes, not Ferrari. Red Bull is rich. They are big, but they're having issues. They can't control their drivers. I can remember when Lewis Hamilton moved to Mercedes, and himself and his childhood friend, Nico Rosberg, they started having issues, and they can't be controlled. At a point, nobody favored anybody. Toto Wolff did not favor Lewis or favor Nico Rosberg. It's just like, you guys go and race, but use your senses. And most times, those boys then, they don't get sense. Then just they destroy cars go. But here, Perez should understand now that where he is now is a great place. But Max is not there to be coming second. That was the war he fought to win that championship in 2021. He kept on telling them when they were still taking engines from Renault, they were having engine failures. Max said, see, I'm not here to be second or to be third or to be fourth, to be fifth, to be sixth. I'm here to win races. Now, he said it after Jeddah. He said he's not here to be second or third. It's not that his own cars are not having issues. If you look at the FP1, F2, our analysis, Perez was doing well. But early this morning, everything just went lopsided. Perez started having issues. He was dropped into the middle of traffic. All through the session, he was having issues, oversteer, and he was everywhere. And we're thinking, oh, they will set him up. At a point, he could not come out of the garage for like half of the session. When he came out, he was just everywhere. He went back to the garage, made a lot of corrections, was coming back, was just rigmaroling up, and I was like, okay. When the qualifying comes, he will be better. He will be up there. But my name is Joshua Oluwadamilare. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as Formula One Column Africa. Now, knowing truly that he will come out in qualifying and he will do well, and everything went for him, went lopsided. The qualifying was worse. But let's get to the practice 3. Mercedes had their struggles. All through they had their struggles. They were everywhere. Ferrari and Alonso, they were the first half of the FP3. They were trading places. That's the Ferraris and Alonso, not the Ferrari and Aston Martin. Ferraris and Alonso, they were trading places until the true king came, Chief Max Verstappen, and they left the Ferraris behind in their place. So it now became Verstappen and Alonso, just the two of them. Just the two of them. They started trading places like they are trading words. And all through the FP3, we can't really understand the true pace of the cars. But we're seeing signs that some teams have gotten better. You look at the Alpine. The Alpines came up with a good strategy, and they did well. And towards the end of the FP3, the rain came. And when rain came, the whole place was damp. The sprint race for the F2 came, and that was it. They could not put a lot of rubbers on the tarmac. So qualifying came. And remember, in the FP3, Verstappen was able to clock the middle 1 minute 17 seconds. Alonso was like 2/10 behind him. The Astons are growing, but there's still a fundamental challenge in that Albert Park. The Melbourne race park has not been a strong circuit for the Red Bulls. They've not won any race there since 2013, and it's been long coming on them. Also, Max Verstappen has not even gotten a pole there, talk less of winning a race. So we knew it was going to be exciting with the kind of car they have, and they brought their upgrade. And for such track in Australia, you need a really strong rear-ended car that can hold the corners, which is why Red Bulls brought their upgraded front wing so that it can give them a lot of weight on the rear, on the corner. When Q3 came, like I was saying, Q3, Perez was just cutting all the grass. He turned his car into a lawnmower. He was just mowing the field. He kept on complaining. The car is jumping away from him. He can't control the car. There's oversteer until he ran into the gravel. There was a red flag, and he was out of Q1. It was a sad thing for Perez to be out of Q1, seriously, because Perez deserves more. And like I was saying, these are the symptoms of when you're having issues with Red Bull. Quote me and unquote me. Challenging powers that be, you're going to start having issues. And I think Perez should hold his mules and know that this might be his last season. And already, Daniel Ricciardo is already giving us a wimp of him coming back. So you know what that may be. Well, with track evolution, the drivers were getting better. Like I said, the track was already damp, so some of them need to warm up the tires. At the point, they were using a single tire to run. That is, they were setting their times, cooling the tires, setting times on just one tires, because they need to generate, in Formula One, you need to generate a lot of heat into the tires for the tires to be functional, so they need to be doing that. Some drivers had to do that for 16 minutes of qualifying, and the qualifying saw Perez come in 20th, so he'll be starting 20th tomorrow. That is if he's not changing any part of the car, because they changed the transmission in Jeddah, and Max Verstappen used them 2 transmissions in Jeddah. So now the problems are calling in for the Red Bulls. All that, the problems are calling in for the Red Bulls. And remember, they will have less wind tunnel time, CFD time this season. And Red Bull, normally they have reliability problems. Reliability problem is their next cousin, as in their next cousin. They are going to be having reliability problems, which is already showing with Max Verstappen in Jeddah. His shaft, after changing the second transmission, the shaft broke. During the race, he kept on complaining about shifting problems, energy problems. This same race, he was complaining about shifting problems, energy problems. On corners, he could not generate a lot of downforce. Though it was fast. It was fast all through. Though all through it was fast, but that problem was there. And Williams came out in Q3 and they were showing their pace. You think Williams would take the pole position, but they went back. Sargent went back to his position, but he came into Q2. That was good for Sargent. That was good for Williams. But Albon went ahead into Q3, which is great for him. And that is what I was saying about McLaren getting their assignment done. If McLaren can get their assignment done, it will be easier for them to continue using Mercedes powertrain. We get there. I will explain that to you. Now in Q2, the track was still damp. The same process of warming, cooling down, getting laps done, cooling down. At the point, the Mercedes were still struggling, but they were showing some pace. Well, I said it yesterday that in the qualifying, it will be very, very close. That possibly it will be like a second or less, but I did not goof. In Q2 yesterday, the top 9 were separated by 6/10 of a second. You know what 6/10 of a second is? Oh my God, that is very close. Top 9, 6/10 of a second. Then from 10 to 12, 100/10 of a second was separating them, which shows the challenge that Australia track, the Melbourne Park track, brought to them really challenged the drivers and the teams. And it was so close. The 5 set of drivers that were slower in Q1 had left. The 5 set of drivers that were slower in Q2 had left. Now the Q3, which is the top 10, Hamilton's first run was a professional pole. Seriously, 6:30 a.m. I was shouting, Mercedes is back. That was how I was shouting, and my head was just like, I think they are getting it right. Because they've been bringing little updates, but not known updates, and I was so surprised they didn't bring any update to this track. They did some little tweaks and brought some little just to complement the downforce, which is the flaw, which I've been saying from beginning of the season that their problem, major problem, is the flaw, the front suspension and the front wings. And the only problem the front wing will pose to them is because the flaw cannot generate the diversion of the wind that the front wing is giving them. But they made some little tweaks. Although we'll say in Jeddah they improved, like I said in the Jeddah video, that they really improved, but not so much. They were just a couple of tenths better than Bahrain. But here they were much more better. When they set the fastest lap in Q3, I was like, what were they looking at before? That was in the lower 1 minute 17 seconds. It could be better then. The king of the Zanga, the usual suspect, came and then Alonso too came, and the Ferraris too, they came, they really gave it their try, they gave the struggles, they gave their own professional pole. But you know, one of the things that really changed the role, that played a bigger impact in Mercedes coming second and third in Q3 was the possibility of rain, because there was going to be rain, and rain fell like 5 minutes after they finished the qualifying. So everybody decided, okay, after going into the pit to change their tires once, they will just stay out there, nobody's going back. So they keep lapping, cooling down, creating spaces for themselves. There are only 10 cars, and you know, like I said yesterday, that track is plagued with traffic. Well, that's one of the challenges Melbourne Park brings to the table, really plagued with that problem. So they were able to just keep using the tires, cooling down, going for another lap until George Russell pulled a P2, a wonderful P2 that was about 2/10 behind Max Verstappen, and Hamilton pulled a beautiful lap that was 1/10, less than a tenth behind his teammate, and that was beautiful. At the point during the Q3, the top 9 were separated by 4/10 of a second, and that really played a role in how challenging that track is. Like I said, Hamilton has been complaining that the W14, the seat has been moved forward. And normally, Hamilton loves driving the same kind of car Verstappen drives, because sincerely, he's one of Verstappen's role model. That's why they can challenge themselves and they're not happy with themselves. Like father, like son, leave them is their problem. They love driving a pointed car. So if the seat is too forward, finding the right balance on cornering might be a new experience for him, which he was really tardy with and was not up to that challenge because something that is new to him. But getting better with the car, and I think with the progress Mercedes is making, by the time they bring better upgrade, it might bring them closer. But I'm not sure this year is their year, like I said. But there is a possibility, because I said at the beginning of the season that I don't see Red Bull winning this championship. They are going to win races, but like I said, it still is my opinion, is what I feel. But if you have any other opinion, who is going to win the Australian race and who is going to be the championship winner this season, the team and the driver, you can text your comment to us. At Exxon F1, our main aim is to bring you the knowledge of Formula One, educate you, bring you the races, how it goes down, help you to understand it more. On our shorts, you'll be seeing some educational terminologies and words that are used during the race that you might not understand. And our long goal is to bring a Formula One race to Africa, possibly Nigeria, and also to educate people and to help in the knowledge transfer of getting Nigerian into some part of Formula One, the racing, which will take a long time because we need to have good karting category to challenge, to get drivers from the karting categories into the small formulas, the Renault formulas, Formula 4, and other formulas, because before we can get a driver to Formula 1. That might take a long time, but that is our goal. Be the bridge to help people realize their dream in Formula 1. Some people may not even know that is where they are meant to be, but our own main aim is to help them to navigate and realize that goal, and also to help people to grow in the engineering, the other administrative aspect of the game. If possibly a billionaire in Nigeria will want to buy a team in Formula One or be one of the sponsors, so that they can see that we have the quality hand that will do it, which will also help in aiding how engineers develop as a nation. Because with young people, young graduates or young entrepreneurs, young engineers learning the engineering of Formula One, the CFD, the fluid dynamics, and all the parts of Formula One, we'll find ourselves growing in car development, because the cars you see today, most of the technologies are well tested in Formula One before they become today's technology. And if you have people there, it will help our technical know-how to build good mechanics, good engineers, and it also promotes the revenue generation for a nation. It's part of our dream to bring karting, to bring this race to Nigeria and to Africa also, and to help a young African to realize his dream, not just in Formula One, but being an engineer and being part of this world. It will also create a lot of employment for a lot of people, and this will take a lot of people out of the street. That is our main aim. That is why we have this channel. If there's a way you can support, we'd love you to come on board, work with us, and we'd love to work with you. Thank you.